Hello friends, how you doing today? Thought I'd make a quick update. The news of the day, of course. You probably heard Guy Lafleur passed on. I remember seeing him at the Montreal Forum many, many years ago. And passed away at 70, yeah. Also, Gonzalo Lira, he popped up on some live stream posts, podcasts with some other people. Some people were keeping track of him that he had disappeared in the Ukraine, and I guess he's back online and none the worse for wear. So that's interesting to see. I wanted to just mention a couple of videos that I saw that caught my attention. One was by Brian Everhart. I thought it was excellent. His commentary on the Conservative Party. I'll put a link to it in the comments. I thought he made some really good points. And also a video from Randy Hillier. Great to hear that he's back online, even though the government is trying to muzzle him as a a person that speaks his mind. I'm going to put a link to his video. It's definitely worth checking out. I hope you can support his defense fund. I'm going to send him a small donation, and hopefully he can get some support with his legal defense. He's being unfairly persecuted by the government. And we can see the actions, the machinations of the Liberal Party trying to fashion themselves as the only viable political force in Canada. They're trying to mimic the totalitarian Communist Party that Justin Trudeau so much admires in China, and he wants to replicate that in Canada. And it's sad to see the inroads that they're making. So they're strongly promoting Stephen Del Duca for their choice for premier. And people are saying that, it's funny because the mainstream media captures the attention of people and say, well, they'll put out these polls and say, well, the progressive conservatives with Doug Ford and the liberals with Stephen Del Duca are running neck and neck. They each have, for example, 35% of the vote. And they immediately put into people's mind that those are the only two options. So people just think, well, I got to vote for one of this one or one of that one. And meanwhile, over 40% of the people don't vote. So if I return to that statistic often, because if the people that don't vote were to wake up and speak their voice through their votes, it would radically change the political landscape in both Ontario and in Canada. So I'm sorry to keep looking down. It makes it look like I'm reading. I'm not reading off any notes or anything, but I have a tendency to do that. I saw that in one of my videos, and I thought, whoa, it looks like I'm reading off my computer screen. My notebook is in front of me with news and what have you. But yeah, just a kind of a funny feeling today to see the news that's come out. Some sad news and some positive news, and trying to keep up to date on what's going on in the politics these days. Beautiful weather today, just a fantastic sunny day. I hope you're enjoying the weather. I'm preparing a move. Looking forward to that happening soon. And so I hope wherever you are that you're doing well and that you get a chance to enjoy the fresh air. I went out for a walk earlier today, and it was just fantastic. So yeah, I'm hoping that people out there will exercise their right to vote coming up June 2nd provincially, and that they will make a change, that they will vote their conscience and put the people in place from the smaller political parties, the independents. I'm hoping that they'll get strength, either myself or other independent candidates. I'm hoping that the New Blue does well, gets some support. I'm hoping that the Ontario Party gets some support, or any other smaller independent parties. Another party that was mentioned, I don't know the name of it, PPO or something. But I'm hoping that whatever independent parties are out there that are smaller grassroots parties, that they will do well. Unfortunately, the People's Party doesn't have a provincial uh, uh, arm per se, but there is People's Party candidates that are still active on the provincial level in various forms. So hopefully those people will get support, and whether as an independent or, like I said, whether as a small political parties, I don't have favorites, except that I do not support the uniparty. I don't support the main incumbent parties. You know who they are: the Progressive Conservatives or Conservative Party, or the Liberal Party, or the NDP. Even though the if you look at the coalition between the NDP and the Liberals, they have some decent ideas in what they're planning. They want to implement free dental care. Hey, I agree with something like that. If you're going to have medical care supported by the state, then why not include dental care in that as well? Because that's important for a lot of seniors and a lot of people on fixed income and what have you. So, it's not all bad, but when you see the abuses of power silencing people like Randy Hillier, or unfairly targeting the peaceful protesters and taking away their right to ever do that again by implementing Bill 100 to impound vehicles and take away people's licenses, driver's license and things like that. If you read through the bill, that's not fair what they're doing. That's not right what they're doing. Silencing. If they were acting responsibly, the people wouldn't need to rise up and try and protest against the government for taking away their medical autonomy or their bodily autonomy or their right to choose what medical treatment they want to have and not be forced into a particular medical treatment by the government. They wouldn't rise up like that or have their jobs dependent upon them taking a particular medical treatment. You wouldn't have those type of protests. So instead of listening to the protests and saying, hey, maybe something that we're doing here we need to modify to serve the people better, instead they say, oh, let's silence that. Let's oppress the people even more. Let's squeeze them even more. There was a comment that someone made it, and that the comment was, if you increase the fear on the populace, the people will give up their rights to freedom. Because they're scared, they will grant the government more authority over themselves. They'll give up their freedoms. They'll give up their rights because they're scared and they think the government is going to rescue from that. That's why it's good to get off media, get off social media, get off the internet, go for a walk out in nature and see how beautiful the spring weather is, and the sunshine and the life that we've been given. We're so blessed, and get away from the fear mongering that is constantly we're being bombarded with. It's a shame, really. And so it can be a little bit depressing, and I have to force myself to get off media as well. And here I am, doing the same thing, producing media. It is what it is. So I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm going to link to those two videos from Brian and from Randy Hillier. I hope you'll support these two individuals as they work towards a better Canada. They're patriots, and they love Canada as I do, and I hope you do as well. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye now.